Many people dream of achieving great success, building something meaningful, and creating a powerful future. However, one of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that they must start big in order to become successful. They wait for perfect conditions, big opportunities, or complete confidence before they take their first step. The truth is simple: every great achievement begins with a small start. If you truly want to grow and succeed, you must learn to start small, but always think big. Starting small is not a weakness, it is a strategy. It allows you to begin your journey without fear, without pressure, and without the need for perfection. When you take small steps, you make progress easier and more consistent. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by a big goal, you focus on simple actions that move you forward. These small actions may not look impressive at first, but they are the foundation of every big success story. Thinking big, on the other hand, gives direction and purpose to your small actions. It is your vision, your dream, and your long-term goal that keeps you motivated. When you think big, you remind yourself why you started. You create a picture of the future you want to build, and that vision gives meaning to your daily efforts. Without a big vision, small actions lose their power. But when small actions are guided by a big vision, they become unstoppable. Many successful people followed this principle. They did not start with huge resources or perfect plans. They started with what they had, where they were, and they improved step by step. A small business begins with one idea, a strong body begins with one workout, and a successful career begins with one skill. Over time, these small beginnings grow into something powerful. One of the biggest advantages of starting small is that it builds confidence. When you complete small tasks, you prove to yourself that you can take action. Each small win creates momentum and encourages you to keep going. Confidence does not come from thinking about success. It comes from taking action, even if the action is small. As your confidence grows, you naturally become ready for bigger challenges and greater responsibilities. Starting small also reduces the fear of failure. When people try to do something big immediately, the pressure becomes too high. They become afraid of making mistakes and often give up before they even begin. Small steps remove this pressure. They allow you to learn, experiment, and improve without feeling overwhelmed. Mistakes become lessons instead of failures, and each lesson helps you move closer to your goal. At the same time, thinking big keeps you from becoming comfortable with small results. It reminds you that your potential is much greater than your current position. While you start with small actions, your mindset should always aim for growth, improvement, and long-term success. Thinking big pushes you to dream beyond your limits and to believe that more is possible. Consistency plays a key role in this process. Small actions, repeated every day, create powerful results over time. Reading a few pages daily increases knowledge, practicing regularly improves skills, and working consistently builds success. These small efforts may not seem important in the moment, but over weeks, months, and years, they create massive change. It is also important to be patient. Big dreams take time to become reality. When you start small, progress may feel slow in the beginning. However, with consistency and persistence, your efforts begin to grow. What once felt small becomes strong, and what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. In the end, success is not about starting big, it is about starting right. When you combine small, consistent actions with a big and clear vision, you create a powerful path toward success. You remove fear, build confidence, and develop the discipline needed to achieve your goals. So do not wait for the perfect moment or the perfect opportunity. Start with what you have today. Take one step, no matter how small it is, and keep moving forward. At the same time, never stop dreaming big, because when you start small and think big, you unlock the true power to transform your life and build a future beyond your imagination. The mind is one of the most powerful tools a person possesses. It shapes thoughts, influences decisions, and controls actions. Every success, every failure, every achievement, and every mistake begins in the mind. Yet, many people live without truly understanding or controlling it. They allow the thoughts to be guided by fear, doubt, and negativity. The truth is simple. When you learn to control your mind, you begin to control your life. Your mind is constantly active. It is always thinking, analyzing, imagining, and reacting. If left uncontrolled, it can easily drift toward negative patterns. Thoughts of fear, self-doubt, and overthinking can take over, creating stress and confusion. These thoughts affect your behavior, your decisions, and your confidence. This is why controlling your mind is so important. It allows you to guide your thoughts instead of being controlled by them. One of the first steps in controlling your mind is awareness. You must become aware of what you are thinking and how those thoughts are influencing your actions. When you notice negative or unproductive thoughts, you gain the opportunity to change them. Awareness gives you the power to pause, reflect, and choose a better response. Without awareness, your thoughts control you automatically. With awareness, you begin to take control. Another important aspect of controlling your mind is discipline. Just like the body needs exercise to stay strong, the mind needs discipline to stay focused and positive. Discipline means choosing thoughts that support your growth instead of thoughts that limit you. It means replacing doubt with belief, fear with courage, and negativity with solutions. This is not always easy, but with practice, it becomes a powerful habit. Your thoughts directly affect your actions. If you constantly think that you are not capable, you will hesitate to take action. If you believe that failure is certain, you will avoid trying. On the other hand, if you train your mind to think positively and constructively, you become more confident and willing to act. Your mindset becomes the driving force behind your behavior. This is why controlling your mind is essential for achieving your goals. Another powerful benefit of controlling your mind is emotional stability. Life is full of ups and downs. Situations will not always go according to your plans. However, when you control your mind, you gain control over your reactions. Instead of reacting emotionally to every challenge, you respond calmly and thoughtfully. This ability allows you to handle pressure, solve problems, and maintain focus even during difficult times. Controlling your mind also helps you stay focused on what truly matters. In a world full of distractions, it is easy to lose focus and waste time. Social media, negative influences, and unnecessary worries can pull your attention in different directions. When you control your mind, you decide where your focus goes. You direct your energy toward meaningful goals, productive habits, and personal growth. Another important truth is that your mind can either be your greatest strength or your biggest weakness. If you let negative thoughts control you, they will limit your potential and hold you back. But if you train your mind to stay strong, focused, and positive, it becomes a powerful tool that helps you overcome obstacles and achieve success. The choice is always yours. Building control over your mind requires practice. It involves developing habits such as mindfulness, reflection, and positive thinking. It means taking time to understand your thoughts and learning how to guide them in the right direction. Over time, this practice strengthens your mental discipline and makes it easier to stay in control. It is also important to surround yourself with positive influences. The people you spend time with, the content you consume, and the environment you live in all affect your mindset. When you choose positive surroundings, it becomes easier to maintain a strong and focused mind. In the end, controlling your mind is the key to controlling your life. Your thoughts shape your reality, your decisions shape your path, and your actions shape your future. When you take control of your mind, you take control of your direction. You become more confident, more focused, and more capable of achieving your goals. Remember, your mind is powerful, but it needs guidance. Train it, strengthen it, and direct it toward growth and positivity. Because when you master your mind, you unlock the ability to master your life. Every person has dreams, goals, and ambitions. People want success, happiness, financial stability, and a better future. However, not everyone achieves these dreams. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck often comes down to one powerful factor: excuses. Excuses may seem small and harmless, but over time they become one of the biggest obstacles to success. The truth is clear: excuses destroy dreams. Excuses are easy to make. They provide comfort and protect us from responsibility. When something becomes difficult, instead of facing the challenge, many people choose to create a reason to avoid it. They say they are too tired, too busy, not ready, or not good enough. These excuses may feel valid in the moment, but they slowly build a habit of avoiding action. Over time, this habit becomes a barrier that blocks progress and growth. One of the biggest problems with excuses is that they create a false sense of comfort. When you make an excuse, you avoid immediate discomfort, but you also delay your progress. You stay in your comfort zone where everything feels safe, but nothing changes. Dreams require effort, discipline, and sometimes discomfort. Excuses keep you stuck in the same place while time continues to move forward. Another important truth is that excuses remove responsibility. When people blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck, they give away their power. They begin to believe that their situation is out of their control. This mindset leads to frustration and helplessness. However, when you stop making excuses and take responsibility for your actions, you regain control of your life. You begin to see opportunities instead of limitations. Excuses also destroy confidence. Every time you avoid taking action, you weaken your belief in yourself. You start to doubt your abilities and lose trust in your potential. On the other hand, when you take action, even if it is small, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that you are capable of moving forward. Confidence grows through action, not through excuses. Many people wait for the right time before they start working on their goals. They believe they need perfect conditions, more knowledge, or more resources. But the truth is, the perfect time never comes. There will always be challenges and uncertainties. Successful people understand this, and they take action anyway. They do not wait for everything to be perfect. They start with what they have and improve along the way. Excuses also limit growth. Growth happens when you face challenges, learn from mistakes, and push yourself beyond your comfort zone. When you make excuses, you avoid these experiences. You miss the opportunity to learn, improve, and become stronger. Over time, this lack of growth keeps you far from your true potential. It is important to recognize that everyone faces difficulties. No one has a perfect path. The difference is how people respond to those difficulties. Some people use challenges as excuses to stop, while others use them as reasons to push harder. Those who succeed are not free from problems. They simply refuse to let excuses control their actions. Breaking the habit of making excuses requires awareness and discipline. You must recognize when you are avoiding responsibility and challenge yourself to take action instead. Start small. Even one step forward is better than staying still. Each time you choose action over excuses, you strengthen your mindset and move closer to your goals. It is also helpful to focus on solutions instead of problems. Instead of asking, "Why can't I do this?" ask, "How can I do this?" This shift in thinking opens new possibilities and encourages progress. Solutions create movement, while excuses create delay. In the end, your dreams depend on your actions. Excuses may feel comfortable, but they come with a high cost, the cost of lost opportunities, wasted time, and unfulfilled potential. If you truly want to achieve your goals, you must be willing to let go of excuses and take responsibility for your journey. Remember, success does not require perfection. It requires effort, consistency, and courage. When you stop making excuses and start taking action, you begin to turn your dreams into reality. Your future is waiting for you, but it will only move forward when you do. Confidence is something that many people desire, yet few truly understand how it is built. Some believe confidence comes from natural talent, appearance, or external validation. Others think it appears suddenly without effort. The truth is much simpler and more powerful. Confidence is built through hard work. It is not something you are born with. It is something you earn through consistent effort, discipline, and repeated action. Hard work creates results, and results create belief. When you put effort into something, whether it is learning a skill, improving your health, or working toward a goal, you begin to see progress. Even small improvements show you that your actions matter. This realization builds trust in your abilities. Over time, that trust turns into confidence. Confidence is not just a feeling, it is a reflection of the work you have done. One of the biggest reasons people lack confidence is that they avoid effort. They want to feel confident before they begin, but confidence does not come before action, it comes after it. When you avoid challenges, you miss the opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable. Hard work forces you to face those challenges. It pushes you out of your comfort zone and into situations where growth happens. Every time you complete a difficult task, you send a powerful message to your mind. You prove that you can handle pressure, solve problems, and overcome obstacles. These experiences build a strong foundation of self-belief. The more challenges you face and overcome, the stronger your confidence becomes. It is not built in a single moment, but through repeated effort over time. Hard work also builds competence, and competence is closely connected to confidence. When you practice something regularly, you become better at it. Skills improve, knowledge increases, and performance becomes stronger. As your competence grows, your confidence naturally increases. You no longer rely on hope, you rely on your ability. This kind of confidence is real because it is supported by experience and effort. Another important benefit of hard work is resilience. Life will not always be easy, and setbacks are a natural part of the journey. When you work hard consistently, you develop the strength to keep going even when things become difficult. Each setback becomes a lesson rather than a failure. This resilience gives you the confidence to face future challenges without fear. Hard work also removes self-doubt. Doubt often appears when you are unprepared or uncertain. When you have not practiced, learned, or put in the effort, your mind begins to question your ability. However, when you have worked hard and prepared yourself, doubt becomes weaker. You know that you have done the work, and that knowledge gives you confidence. Preparation is one of the strongest sources of self-belief. It is also important to understand that confidence built through hard work is lasting. External factors such as praise, attention, or temporary success can create short-term confidence, but they do not last. True confidence comes from within, and it is built through effort and consistency. When you know that you have earned your progress, your confidence remains strong even during difficult times. Many successful people did not begin their journey with high confidence. They built it step by step through hard work. They practiced, failed, learned, and improved. Each day of effort added another layer of strength to their mindset. Over time, their confidence became unshakable, not because life was easy, but because they had proven to themselves that they could handle difficulty. Hard work also creates discipline, and discipline supports confidence. When you commit to a routine, stay consistent with your goals, and continue working even when motivation is low, you develop a sense of control over your life. This control strengthens your belief in yourself. You begin to trust your ability to stay committed and achieve results. In the end, confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build. It is created through effort, strengthened through consistency, and proven through results. When you choose hard work, you choose growth, improvement, and self-belief. Remember, every step you take, every challenge you face, and every effort you make is building your confidence. Do not wait to feel ready. Start working and confidence will follow. Because in life, hard work does not just create success, it creates the confidence needed to achieve it. In the journey of life, many people compare themselves with others. They measure their success based on someone else's achievements, someone else's progress, or someone else's position. This habit often leads to frustration, self-doubt, and unnecessary pressure. The truth is, you do not need to compete with the world. You only need to compete with yourself. The real goal is simple: be better than yesterday. Improvement does not require huge changes overnight. In fact, the most powerful growth happens through small, consistent steps. When you focus on becoming slightly better each day, you create a steady path toward success. A small improvement today may not seem significant, but when repeated over weeks, months, and years, it leads to remarkable transformation. Progress is built one step at a time, one decision at a time, and one effort at a time. Being better than yesterday means paying attention to your habits. Your daily routines shape your life more than any single big decision. If you improve your habits even slightly, you improve your future. Waking up a little earlier, spending less time on distractions, learning something new, or putting extra effort into your work are all examples of small changes that create big results over time. These habits may feel simple, but their impact is powerful. Another important aspect of daily improvement is self-awareness. You must understand where you stand today in order to move forward. Recognizing your strengths allows you to build on them, while acknowledging your weaknesses gives you the opportunity to improve. Growth begins with honesty. When you accept where you are, you can focus on where you want to go. Mistakes are also an important part of becoming better than yesterday. Many people fear failure, but failure is not something to avoid. It is something to learn from. Every mistake teaches a lesson. When you reflect on your experiences and adjust your approach, you become wiser and stronger. Instead of repeating the same errors, you begin to make better decisions. This learning process is what drives continuous improvement. Consistency plays a major role in this journey. It is not enough to improve once in a while. True growth happens when improvement becomes a daily habit. Even when motivation is low, consistency keeps you moving forward. Some days your progress may feel small, but what matters is that you do not stop. Each day of effort adds to your overall growth. Another benefit of focusing on daily improvement is reduced pressure. When you compare yourself to others, you may feel overwhelmed by their success. However, when you compare yourself to your past self, you shift your focus to personal growth. This approach creates a positive mindset. Instead of feeling discouraged, you feel motivated to improve. You celebrate your progress and stay committed to your journey. Being better than yesterday also builds confidence. Every time you improve, even in a small way, you prove to yourself that you are capable of growth. This builds self-belief and encourages you to aim higher. Confidence does not come from perfection, it comes from progress. The more you improve, the more confident you become in your abilities. It is important to understand that growth takes time. There will be days when progress feels slow, and there may be moments when you feel stuck. During these times, patience is essential. Trust the process and continue working. Even if you cannot see immediate results, your efforts are creating change beneath the surface. Your future is built on the actions you take today. Each decision you make is shaping the person you are becoming. When you choose to improve daily, you are investing in a better version of yourself. Over time, these small improvements create a powerful transformation that defines your success. In the end, the goal is not to be perfect, but to be better. Better than yesterday, better than your past habits, and better than your previous mindset. This approach creates a life of continuous growth, learning, and self-improvement. Remember, you do not need to change everything at once. You only need to take one step forward today. Focus on small improvements, stay consistent, and trust the process. Because when you commit to being better than yesterday, you unlock the true path to long-term success and personal fulfillment. Hard work also removes self-doubt. Doubt often appears when you are unprepared or uncertain. When you have not practiced, learned, or put in the effort, your mind begins to question your ability. However, when you have worked hard and prepared yourself, doubt becomes weaker. You know that you have done the work, and that knowledge gives you confidence. Preparation is one of the strongest sources of self-belief. It is also important to understand that confidence built through hard work is lasting. External factors such as praise, attention, or temporary success can create short-term confidence, but they do not last. True confidence comes from within, and it is built through effort and consistency. When you know that you have earned your progress, your confidence remains strong even during difficult times. Many successful people did not begin their journey with high confidence. They built it step by step through hard work. They practiced, failed, learned, improved. Each day of effort added another layer of strength to their mindset. Over time, their confidence became unshakable, not because life was easy, but because they had proven to themselves that they could handle difficulty. Hard work also creates discipline, and discipline supports confidence. When you commit to a routine, stay consistent with your goals, and continue working even when motivation is low, you develop a sense of control over your life. This control strengthens your belief in yourself. You begin to trust your ability to stay committed and achieve results. In the end, confidence is not something you wait for, it is something you build. It is created through effort, strengthened through consistency, and proven through results. When you choose hard work, you choose growth, improvement, and self-belief. Remember, every step you take, every challenge you face, and every effort you make is building your confidence. Do not wait to feel ready. Start working and confidence will follow. Because in life, hard work does not just create success, it creates the confidence needed to achieve it. As we bring this motivational journey to an end, one powerful truth becomes clear. Your life is shaped by your daily actions, your mindset, and the choices you make every single day. Every principle we explored carries a simple but deep message. Start small but think big. Control your mind to control your life. Stop making excuses and start taking action. Work hard to build real confidence. And most importantly, focus on becoming better than yesterday. These ideas are not just words, they are a way of living. They remind you that success is not something distant or impossible. It is something you build step by step. You do not need perfect conditions. You don't need to wait for the right moment. And you do not need to compare yourself with others. All you need is the decision to move forward, even if the step is small. Your habits are shaping your future right now. Your thoughts are guiding your actions. Your effort is building your confidence. When you take control of these areas, you take control of your direction. Life will always have challenges, distractions, and moments of doubt, but your strength lies in how you respond to them. When you choose discipline over excuses, action over waiting, and growth over comfort, you begin to transform your life. It is important to remember that growth is a process. You will not become perfect overnight, and that is not the goal. The goal is progress. The goal is to improve a little every day, to learn from mistakes, and to keep moving forward even when it feels difficult. Every small effort you make is building something greater than you can see in the moment. Confidence, success, and fulfillment are not given, they are earned. They are built through hard work, consistency, and a strong mindset. When you commit to these principles, you begin to trust yourself more. You begin to believe in your ability to create change. And that belief becomes the foundation of everything you achieve. In the end, your future is not decided by luck. It is decided by your actions. What you do today will determine where you stand tomorrow. So take responsibility for your journey. Let go of excuses, focus on what you can control, and invest your energy in becoming better every single day. Move forward with purpose, with discipline, and with confidence. Start small, but never stop dreaming big. Because when you stay consistent, stay focused, and stay committed to growth, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Your journey starts now, and every step you take from this moment is building the life you truly deserve.